Hey, this is Josh Bell, film critic for Las Vegas Weekly, with a look at what's coming out on DVD this week. The biggest release is The Soloist, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx.
I'm the closest thing to family he has. We take care of each other, and we look after each other.
Jamie Foxx plays a homeless, schizophrenic street musician who ends up getting rescued off the streets and helped out by Robert Downey Jr., who plays a Los Angeles Times reporter. This is an interesting story. It's based on a true story, but I don't think this movie really works. Jamie Foxx gives a very, look at me, I'd like to have an Oscar kind of performance as this schizophrenic musician. And Robert Downey Jr., who's really appealing and has done some really good stuff recently, doesn't really have much to work with as his character. He's just kind of an audience surrogate. Although it's interesting source material, I don't think this movie really holds together. Also on DVD this week is Labor Pains, starring Lindsay Lohan, which at one point was set to be a theatrical movie, kind of a comeback for Lindsay Lohan. It ended up being an ABC Family direct-to-cable movie.
You're the world's dumbest secretary. You're fired.
You can't do this.
You're what?
I'm pregnant.
This is kind of a sad example of where Lindsay Lohan's acting career has gone. It's a really lame, cheap, low-budget kind of thing where she plays a woman who fakes being pregnant to avoid getting fired, and she's not really actually the worst thing about it, but it's trite and predictable and really poorly written, so I think it's sad to see just how far Lindsay Lohan has fallen. So that's what's out on DVD this week. You can check out my movie reviews every week in Las Vegas Weekly.